Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you my Rubik's Cube collection. So let's see, I think I have a couple here. Let's see. Yeah, there's those. Wait, am I still missing some? Oh yeah, here they are. Let's see. There's those ones. I think I still have a couple more. Yeah, there they are. That would be them. Wait, I'm still missing something. Okay, that has to be the last of them. Man, I didn't realize I had so many cubes. That has to be the last of them. Okay, this might be the reason I'm poor. Okay. Moving that out of the way. This is all my Rubik's Cubes, and so I'm going to go through all of them and tell you a bit about each one of them. So let's get right into it. Okay, starting off, these are my 3x3s. Okay, so my first 3x3 ever was this one. This is an old Rubiks brand Rubik's Cube. It doesn't turn very well at all. This was the cube that I learned how to solve the Rubik's Cube on. Yeah, I probably had it for like 4 or 5 years before I actually learned how to solve it. When I first got it, I really got into it, and my mom learned how to solve it, but I didn't, and I just kind of left it in my drawer until I got back into it and learned how to solve it. And that's when I actually got into cubing and got poor on all these puzzles. So next would be this cube. This is a Rubik's Cube that I got in a set of like 7 cubes. I got it it was like STEM puzzles, and they don't turn very well. This was actually my first speed cube, even though it is a piece of junk. This was actually the cube I used to throw out the window in my when you take your Rubik's Cube to school skit. I didn't want to throw my speed cube out the window, so I just tossed this one out because it was not very useful anymore. And there are still like dents and scratches, if you can see there. Yeah, so my recommendation, don't buy a pack of Rubik's Cubes off of Amazon, because you will not be satisfied. Next up would be my next cube. This isn't my next cube. Sorry. This would be my next cube. This was at Walmart. This came out in Walmart like a couple months ago. It's actually pretty good. It doesn't have magnets, so it's not the best, but it is really good for something from Walmart. This was my first real speed cube, I guess. I don't know. It's pretty good. It doesn't have magnets. I don't know. This was my main for a while, which was pretty nice. It was really useful. I think this was the cube I got sub 20 on. Yeah, it was. So it's got some good memories. Yeah. So let's see. Next up would be this cube. This is the Moyu Super RSM. I think that's how you pronounce it. So this was my first magnetic speed cube, and my first cube that was over $10. So yeah, it was really good. This until really recently, this has been my main. This is the one I took to the competition. And this is the cube that I got my 15-second solve on, which is my record at the moment, and I am really proud of it. So yeah. And then my current main at the moment is this cube. This is the GAN 11M. It is easily my most expensive cube. It is really nice. Even if I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, so this I got really recently. I think it was only a couple days ago. So I've been practicing on it. It's been really nice. Yeah, so I have not made any new records or anything yet, but I hope to. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Next up is my 2x2s, which funnily enough I only have 2 of. So my first 2x2 was this one. This one actually came in the set with that bad 3x3 that I tossed out the window. It actually turned really well. I did lube it, and so it turns better, but it did turn really well. And this is the cube that I used when I went to my first competition. I did get all my records on it. Actually, no, I didn't get my current record on it. I did make records on it, though. So it was a pretty good cube, but it does bandage a lot. So I switched to this cube, which is actually the next cube from Walmart. I currently am getting a GAN Speed Cube 2x2, but at the moment I'm using this one. This is a lot, like, thicker, I guess? How would you describe that? This one turns a lot better than this one, but this one bandages a lot less, and I can just turn it with more ease, even if I have to use more strength. So, yeah, that's my 2x2s. Let's move on. Okay, this is probably the largest amount of puzzles I have. These are all 3x3 mods. Actually, wait a minute. These are all 3x3 mods. Some of those cubes snuck in there by accident. Yeah, so let's start smallest to biggest. I mean, smallest. This is just a Rubik's Cube I got from Walmart. It was for Halloween, and as you can guess, it's pretty crappy. I have taken it apart and stuff, and somehow that made it turn better, but still, I don't think I've gotten under a minute on it, because it is just so hard to turn. But I actually do like to solve it. It's really fun, and sadly, my only picture cube. So, yeah, see, it's like hard to turn already. Yeah, so next up would be this cube. I think you're all wondering why it's just black. This is actually called a force cube. This cube is actually, it used to be a 3x3, and it used to be one that I really liked and enjoyed, but then it got crappy because I got a better one. And yeah, so I took all the stickers off and was like, it can be a practice cube for me learning algorithms. And it was actually really nice. It's been really nice for like learning algorithms and stuff, which it actually has done a lot. So yeah, next up would be this puzzle. This is a square one, which at first glance does not look like a 3x3 mod at all. And after you turn it, it just like lowers your expectations even more. This puzzle is very fun to solve, actually. I really enjoy solving it. Yeah, this actually came in the set as well with the bad cube. This was one of my set of 7. So, it does not corner cut very well. So, yeah. It does work for my needs, though. So, I like it. It's pretty nice. And then another cube that came in the set of 7 is the Axis cube. This is probably my least favorite Rubik's Cube mod, because just after a couple turns, you start to hate this puzzle. It does shapeshift, and it just... I don't even know how to fix that. Okay, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, it came in the set of 7, so it's not the best, but it turns fairly well. It's not magnetic, which would be really nice for a cube like this, seeing as it's really hard to hold when you mix it up. Yeah, so let's move on. Next is a dollar store Rubik's Cube that I got just because I saw it and was like, I have $1 in my pocket. I'm going to get this because I'm obsessed with Rubik's Cubes. So I got it. I haven't swapped around the centers. I don't know why. I guess I should do that. But yeah. It is a sucky puzzle. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I got it from the dollar store. Funny story, when I bought it while my parents were still shopping, and I was asked, I'm like, what they asked. One of the workers saw me, and they're like, They're like, can you solve it? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, did you pay for it? I'm like, yeah. And apparently people just take them out of the bags, like mix them up and then drop them. And I was like, if you ever have a mixed up puzzle, just bring it to me. I'll solve it. You can package it and put it back on the shelves. So yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Dollar Store. Next is this cube. Also came in the pack of 7. So this is the windmill cube, which you can actually kind of see on there. You can kind of see the 3x3 shape on here. This would be an edge. These would be corners, which is kind of odd because now they only have 2 colors, which normally corners would have 3. So yeah, it's really cool. I think my favorite part of this cube is when you can when you checkerboard it, which is really fun and cool looking. So yeah, doesn't that just look awesome? I think that's such a cool puzzle. Yeah, it came in the pack of 7, so naturally the caps just like come off so easily. I was like trying to speed solve it once and like all the caps had fallen off by the time I was done. So not the best cube for speed solving, but it's got really good patterns. So yeah, let's move on. What cubes have I done? Just these, so that leaves these 4. So let's see, I'll do this one next. So first glance, you're all thinking, that's a 2x2, but actually it isn't. This is kind of a 2x2 and 3x3 mod, because as you can see, it is very interesting. So on the side, you can kind of see where the 3x3 kind of pokes out. But on this side, it just looks like a normal 2x2. But then you start to mess with it, and I'm like, yeah. I mixed this up once and then could not, for the life of me, could not, for the life of me, figure out how to solve it. Also, the centers on this puzzle come out a lot, which is something I don't particularly enjoy. So I'll need to put that back in. But we'll move on. So this is a cube that came from Walmart as well. This is the Phantom Cube. Apparently it's pretty new. I don't know, but basically it's a cube that's heat sensitive. So if you rub it a lot and get it warm, then you can see the colors, and you gotta solve it before all the colors fade away again. So yeah, you can kind of see there's the Rubiks brand. Yeah, so this actually was one of my best cubes at the time I bought it. It was really good. I don't know why. I was still pretty new to cubing, but yeah. So next up, I got these 2 cubes for Christmas. This is the Penrose cube, which only has 3 colors because it has yellow, red, and blue. And the thing is, each color like curves around onto another side, so it can only have 3 colors, and it's really cool. The only problem I have with this puzzle, which actually isn't really a problem, it's just the fact that it gets so many dang parodies. But the thing is, if you look at it, it's got triplications of pieces. This corner is the same right here, and then this edge is the same as this edge and the same as this edge in a triplication, and that can lead to some nasty parodies. So yeah, it's a fun puzzle though. I really like it. So next, last but definitely not least, is the Rubiks Void. So it is, I think you can tell where it gets its name. It turns like crap, but I really like this puzzle. It's very fun to solve. It does also get parodies, but it's fun to solve anyway. Parodies just make it more challenging, you know? Yeah, it was a really cool puzzle. I don't even know how they took out the centers, but it was in one of my videos, I believe. Yeah, so let's move on to my next set of puzzles. Okay, so next up is my Pyraminxes. So I actually did have another Pyraminx, but I gave it to a friend for Christmas, and so I don't have it anymore because I was planning on getting a new Pyraminx, which was this one, but I ended up getting this one first for free, actually. I went to the store and they gave it to me for free because it didn't have a couple stickers on it, which are actually these two. You can kind of see we put new stickers on it, but it didn't have those stickers then. And so this one does turn like crap, but I do like it. I kind of like sticker puzzles. They're pretty cool looking. Especially Pyraminx's. Yeah, it's awesome. So, fun puzzle. Not the best turning, but it does have these like balls in the middle that make it like make cool noises as you turn it. Yeah. So yeah. I got this a couple weeks ago. It was pretty nice. Next, this is my GAN Pyraminx, which I got like 5 days ago. This was pretty new. It turns really well. I just don't turn it really well. Yeah, so it's a fun puzzle. I don't know. I haven't had it for very long, which means I've only dropped it once. So I'm proud of myself. Yeah, it's really awesome. So let's move on. Okay, next up is my big puzzles. Well, they actually don't really compare to my actual big puzzles, but these are the puzzles that have a lot of pieces. So, nice. So first up, this is my Megaminx. This came in the set of 7, so it doesn't turn the greatest, but it does turn pretty well, actually. I haven't lubed it, and it works pretty well. I'm not the greatest at Megaminx, and so my times aren't the greatest. Maybe if I had a better Megaminx. I'm planning on getting one soon and lowering my time on Megaminx, but at the moment, I'm still just working on getting lower times on other puzzles. So yeah, this is a 12-sided dodecahedron, which has got a lot of new colors and such. Really fun to solve. This was my favorite puzzle for a while, and I really liked it. I really do enjoy big puzzles. They're very fun to solve. So yeah, next is my 4x4. This also came in a set of 7. I think this is the last cube that came in that set. It is a crappy 4x4, but it fits my needs almost, I guess. But its bandaging is like legendary. Yeah, so it's not the best. I don't have much to say about it. It's my first 4x4 and also my only 4x4. So, yeah. Next up is my Moyu 7x7. It is a nice puzzle. I really enjoy this puzzle. It is not magnetic, so it does get a little bit of bandaging just because it's a big cube, but it does come from a good brand, so it's actually really nice and hardy. I really enjoy solving it. I love this puzzle so much. Yeah, I think I got my time like to 20 minutes the other day solving it, so it takes me a while, but it's really fun, and I really, really love checkerboarding the thing. It is so fun, and the patterns that I do on here are just really fun. So yeah, let us move on. Next up, we have some random puzzles I own. So we'll start out with this one. This is the Christmas tree cube from Walmart. I'm not advertising Walmart, but they're getting better at selling cubes. Yeah, so this is a really fun puzzle. I do enjoy solving it. It is really easy to solve. You could literally solve it by accident. I have one too many times. So yeah, it's 1 by 3. Yeah, 1 by 2 by 3. Sorry. Yeah, so it doesn't turn this way, but it just turns like this. And yeah, it's a pretty fun puzzle. So next up is my homemade 1 by 1. So this puzzle is really hard to solve. Just kidding. Yeah, it's a fun puzzle. I made it out of a dice wrapped in electrical tape, and then pieces of paper were glued onto it. As you can see, I'm a pretty crappy Rubik's Cube maker, but yeah, it's fun to carry around and make fun of people with. Be like, can you solve that? And they're like, no. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. I can solve it. So next is these two puzzles. These aren't actually puzzles, as you might see. These are actually infinity cubes. They just kind of do this forever. But actually they do come apart into like two separate stars, kind of. Yeah. And these are the puzzles that make me mad. I did make a video on them, on how they're wrong, and Rubiks made them. Yeah, if you want the full thing, go watch that video. So let's see. Yeah, so that's just both of them. Next, is this puzzle. This is a Rubiks mod, which actually I realized I should have put in there, and but I didn't. So, yeah. This is, as you can see, a color-changing cube, which I have not solved yet, because I don't think it's possible to solve it. It's got colors that wouldn't normally be on a Rubik's Cube. I mean, what's that? What's that color? I wonder what it is. Yeah, so it's just fun to, like, mess around with, I guess, but it was kind of a waste of money. But yeah, maybe I'll be smarter next time. Who knows? Yeah, so let's move on to the big puzzles. Okay, so I actually have two of these puzzles. I did have to move this to the floor because they wouldn't fit in the frame. But yeah, these do work. Some of my friends actually thought that they didn't work, but here's proof. They are fully workable Rubik's Cubes, even if they are kind of gigantic. It's hard for me to do this without like a table as support, but yeah. So just a giant 3x3. I did get two because I was gonna get one for my birthday, but I didn't end up. The first one we got was broken in the mail. I mean, how can that happen? So we got to keep this one, and then they sent us this one. So now I have both of them, and I'm happy about that. So yeah, those are my big puzzles. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That is my Rubik's Cube collection. Tell me which cube you liked in the comments, and thanks for watching.